Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. We are the Middle Aged Guys, and we are continuing our discussion about the release trailers from Comic Con. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about the Aquaman trailer. All right, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves really quick. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
And I'm Grey Mouse One.
Like we've been doing with the previous set of videos that have come out, Comic Con happens every year, and the cool thing about it is that, the one thing that you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of trailers for video games, TV shows, maybe a preview, teaser, promotion artwork for of course, comics, which is actually only consists of like maybe 10% of the convention nowadays. All right, and a lot of the comic-based superhero movies that have just become all the rage. Okay. Now, regardless of whether or not how you feel with DC's offerings, one thing that they did put out a lot of is actual trailers for the DC expanded universe movies. All right, and one of the ones that a lot of people, so far have actually had, accordingly, have the rumors say that they actually have good feedback on, was the Aquaman movie, which is actually set to come out at the end of this year, December 21st, 2018. So, this is the first official trailer that was released out, and at this moment in time, it's the #1 in trending. Earlier, when we started recording, it still had less than, it was around 6,700,000. Right now, less than like 40 minutes later, it's gone ahead. It's got almost another million views on it on the Warner Brothers official YouTube channel, and which is where we're going to be going ahead and we'll be looking at it. All right, and we're going to start looking at that with our initial responses and reactions to it, and we're going to start playing that in 3, 2, 1, and go.
My father was a
Raid.
housekeeper.
Stormy.
My mother was a queen.
Woo.
But life has a way of bringing people together.
We could unite our worlds one day.
Ah.
Check it out. Arthur is talking to the fish.
They made me what I am.
they're not teasing them no more, are they?
Permission to come aboard.
He gets permission to come aboard. Oh my god.
I've been looking for you.
That's not how hatches on
Brother
submarines
King Orm
work.
is about to declare
No.
war on the surface world. The only way to stop this war is for you to take your rightful place
Whoa.
as king.
Trust me, I am no king.
You do your best thinking when you're not thinking at all.
That was the worst pep talk ever.
I don't think it's a good idea to be fighting in a in that area of the submarine.
Welcome home.
Wow, man.
James 1. Speaking of the Fast and the Furious,
Oh boy.
I call it an ass whooping.
Whoa.
I'm no leader. I came because I had no choice. I came to save my home and the people that I love.
You think you're unworthy to lead because you're of two different worlds. But that is exactly why you are worthy.
That was awesome.
Is that Ariel?
The war is coming to the surface.
Manta.
ooh, Manta, okay.
Wrath of the seven seas with me.
It's a big ass helmet too.
Yes, it was, and it had to be.
Oh.
We're here.
What are you doing?
You have a parachute.
Redheads! You gotta love them.
Okay, jumping out with parachutes, and they're not meant to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and switch views here really quick. All right. I will say this right now. What's funny is that I've heard the dialogue for this particular trailer probably at least 3 or 4 times today as I was listening to YouTube videos. I was doing my whole daily chores thing and all of that. A lot of times I go ahead and put YouTube on, and I'll run around in the headphones, and it acts like a radio station to me. All right. Yeah, so I was like, oh, cool, Aquaman trailer's out. And then I heard all of the gags and everything else, and heard the dialogue. Didn't exactly have the visuals to match up with it. Now that I've seen the visuals to match up with it, I've got mixed thoughts. I do have mixed thoughts. All right. What are your guys' initial thoughts on this particular one?
King of the Seas, huh? All right. Look, Arthur is talking to the fish. Shark goes basically into the glass, and his eyes change like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. And then he starts to learn of his true heritage and goes to Atlantis, and shit breaks down and breaks out, and he claims the crown and he saves the day. That's pretty much the plot, except for them jumping out of a plane with no parachute. I wonder how that's going to end up. And they were going in the desert or whatever.
Yeah, over a desert.
Over a desert.
Yeah,
that's not good for people with gills, but
maybe they had the wrong green screen at that particular point. They're supposed to have been. No, I know that's.
Well,
so my initial thoughts. I'm interested. I'm interested in. I'll give this movie a shot. I do like at the beginning, like you said. He was born half Atlantean, and they showed that. They showed his mom and dad, I'm assuming, and they show him growing up in the hardships. Being bullied. Oh, look at him. He's talking to the fish again. And so I like that. I like that they're building that story. And then, like you said, he goes to Atlantis. This is the kingdom that you need to lead. Let's fight Black Mantle, and take your kingdom back, and end of the story. And save a couple humans every now and then.
Yeah. Although I found it really strange. I was sitting there. I was maybe this is just me, all right, and I'm speaking as somebody who's, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at his parents, and I'm like, nope, neither of them look like his parents. All right, now if his dad, the who lived in the lighthouse, looked like some New Zealander or somebody who was Maori or fucking Samoan, yeah, I'd be like, okay, fine, But as it is, I'm like, nope.
What do you think about his mom being washed up on the shore?
Well, no, that's exactly how it happens in the comic books and everything
that's
else.
What I'm saying. I'm just saying.
All right, so that I'm not too concerned about. But like I said, his mom is pretty pale blonde, all right, and what's his name? They look like his dad kind of looked like a taller, more socially adjusted version of George Costanza, right? I'm sorry that them having a kid together would not look like fucking Jason Momoa. All right, that's all I'm saying. Okay.
Come on.
Maybe the fish people have evolved more than human. And okay, fine.
Well, look. At least he's not black or Asian or I'm sorry. I mean, it could be acceptable. If you go on the other side of the spectrum, a black Aquaman or an Asian Aquaman, I think you have word. I think
they got Black Manta correct.
Yeah, they do.
I think that you would. I think that you could have something to argue about. I mean, I with the parents. I'm just going off of what you said earlier.
No, I'm just saying that neither of his parents look fucking Samoan or Pacific Islander.
That's a valid point, but I'm just saying it could have been a lot worse.
Okay,
It could be more PC. And
What
more
kind of Pacific Islander are you talking about? Because he's half water person.
That's what
I'm just
I mean,
no,
look,
I'm just saying it doesn't look like fucking Jason Momoa. All right, now, they show his parents there and they show the kid. I'm like, no, none of this fucking fits. All right,
well, to be honest, if that's the only thing
Okay.
that you could really complain about this trailer, then it was a pretty good trailer.
no, I said that was the first fucking thing I noticed.
Oh, that's your first issue.
That's the first thing he noticed. He's
That's
got
the
more.
first fucking thing I noticed. All right. I think there's a couple of things that are going on here. All right. Look, I get dude bro Aquaman. All right, he was okay in fucking Justice League. And he's as far as dude bro Aquaman in this movie, that's fine too. Okay, maybe they got to the point where they were like, all right, we got Jason Momoa. All right, Carl Drago from fucking Game of Thrones. All right, this guy is not gonna sit there and fucking talk in ye old English. Okay, fine, I can accept that. I'm completely fine with that. All right, and he looks badass with what is it, the faux Atlantean tattoos and the armor and everything else. All right, that all fits and everything. It's I think what they have going on is that they have definitely a lot of stuff that's on screen. There were certain parts that looked like, okay, they must have really spent a lot on CGing people's fucking hairs and their capes, whatever else was flowing around, because it was just very obvious that it was like, all right, none of this is happening underwater, but they're making it look like it's happening underwater. But maybe they ran out of time to sit there and clean up the CG effects on it or stuff like that. Granted, it didn't look like the underwater scenes in Justice League, which looked like shit. All right, well, I'll just say that right out right now, because the thing is that, yeah, I understand they're really far underwater, but guess what? They're in Atlantis or Poseidonopolis, which is a well-lit area, well-lit metropolis. All right, being underwater shouldn't look that fucking gray like it did in Justice League. Okay. All right.
Are they going to be in domes, or is like they are in the water and being in domes and actually walking around like normal people, or is everything just going to be in underwater and hair is just going to be flowing?
Well, that's the
wait,
thing.
there's no bubbles coming from their.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that there were quite a few scenes where they had certain people, like they were swimming in, their hair and their whatever, their gowns are flowing in after them and everything else, but there was nothing visual. There was no visual cues telling me that they were underwater. Everything looked really bright and glowing, like it was CG. But as far as it goes, I mean, there's the some other things that kind of bugged me. Like I said, him busting through the hatch on a submarine. Like I said, hatches on submarines don't work that way. If you bust them in and they're still underwater, guess what? The ocean is coming in after you. All right, that's just how it fucking works. All right. So
they have to explain that. They're gonna have to draw that out.
Yeah, I mean,
in a very common fashion, or else.
No, I mean, if they sit there, if 30 seconds before that they've got a shot of the submarine outside and it's on the surface, all right, fine, fucking that takes care of all of that, okay? But seeing him bust through it,
he was drenching when he went in, so
yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like I said, hatches on submarines don't work that way. You blow one out and the submarine's underwater, the ocean's coming in. That's just how that is. Yeah, but that's just the part of my brain that goes ahead and knows things don't work that way. There were certain parts that were kind of cool. I mean, if they go ahead and they go into the whole thing with You know, the fact that Arthur Curry is raised by his dad. He had a tougher childhood and everything else and all of that. I think that hits a lot of the really good exclusive notes that are really close to the character as he's known in the comic book.
So wait. So he was a little kid when he discovered this ability to talk to, you know, underwater things, and no one came after him. And okay, so goodness, this is the trouble with the tie-in with Justice League and Lex Luthor knowing about him and having the emblem for him ready and shit like that. That's where this fucks up. And they're gonna have to do this very carefully, and you know, for us to absolutely believe that what went on in Justice League and before it, that you gotta. Damn it. I'm not gonna go on the full rant. I'm just not. But yeah.
And to be fair, that's not this movie's fault. That's not this trailer's fault.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if you're going to tie in, and if you're gonna have a backstory, but you're not gonna glue in the fact that he should have been known already, that's where it fucks up.
Yeah, you know, like I said, that's not the fault of this particular movie.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Neither is that the fault of this trailer. You know, I don't know. This is possibly out of all the trailers that we've seen today and that we've talked about tonight, this is the one that leaves me the most mixed. All right. Granted, okay, you show me the Godzilla trailer. He could be eating babies for all I care, and I'm sold on that on a Godzilla movie. Okay, that's just how it is. All right. Young Justice, Outsiders. You know, that's something that people have been waiting for upwards of around 5 fucking years to go ahead and happen, and it was good shit in the first place. So yeah, that again, we're kind of waiting for that. Shazam is a pleasant surprise. This particular one, like I said, just kind of leaves me mixed. All right. What about you, Gray Mouse?
In context to the way hatches work, I think those two scenes have been flipped. I think there's a later scene in there where Aquaman puts that submarine up, or pulls it up out of the ocean. I think after that scene is when he busts into the hatch and talk about permission to come aboard. So basically what I'm thinking is Aquaman is underneath the water, sees an enemy sub, picks it up, brings it to, surfaces to sub without those guys knowing, and pops the lid and then comes in. That's the only logic. It's just the way it was presented in the trailer. It should have, but I'm not making an excuse for the trailer, but I think that's a logical thing. I know that your brain went haywire when you saw that.
What
you
Reverend
saw
is saying,
underwater, you saw sub, and you saw Aquaman coming through the hatch.
What Reverend is saying, that in order for that shit to happen, that sub better not be.
No, and I think
you're clearing that up, Ray Mouse.
Because if it was underwater, as soon as he popped the hatch, the submarine would implode because it's a pressurized tube, pretty much what it is. But anyway, past that, I actually thought Atlantis was looking. I thought it looked nice. I thought it looked good. But you're right, though. Some of the underwater scenes in that trailer was a little off. But when he was fighting that underwater scene and there's spectators and the reaction of whatever happened, that wave that came through and everybody was like blown back, that was pretty interesting. That was a nice touch.
Are we gonna see Tom Hanks with Madison anywhere in this fucking movie? Underwater somewhere.
I mean, I understand the whole, author growing up type thing. So, I mean, it shows, like you said, I'm just rehashing pretty much what you just said. I mean, it's obvious he had a tough life or a tough childhood because people teased him because he talked to fish. And so, but I mean, I'm going to give this a chance. I really am. I can't really say anything bad about it. I mean, I enjoyed the trailer. I mean, I think this is on par with the other trailers that we've watched this evening. I didn't see anything really, you know, really.
I'm not necessarily saying that it's bad, but it's just like I said. This is the one that out of all the group of stuff that we saw, in which we did see quite a bit of stuff in rapid fire, and talk about. This is the one that leaves me mixed,
The funniest thing is that they had more connections with the Justice League with Shazam than they did with Aquaman at this point. And that's what disconnected me about the.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was trying, but I don't think it was trying to be connected. I think it was like one of those standalones.
What, Aquaman?
Huh?
Aquaman or Shazam?
No, Aquaman. This trailer, it did. I didn't think it tried to connect.
But it has to.
But it didn't. That didn't take.
Not just in the trailer per se, but I'm saying that it's going to have to connect to that.
Well, this is only trailer 1.
Right.
So I mean, I'm not. That did not remove me from anything. I don't feel like it took. It's not like what the Batman trailer that we watched a couple months ago that completely removed us from like, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense.
But what I'm saying is, you already had the Justice League movie. You already had that, and you already had the freaking Batman versus Superman where they introduced Aquaman in the first place by Lex Luthor knowing about him. So
yeah, that's garbage. But did DC say that this Aquaman movie ties in with the Justice League?
It has to.
Yeah.
No. I mean, did they?
It's connected. It's connected. Yes,
Did they say it was connected?
Yes,
Because
it's
the
connected.
thing, you said that Shazam was not connected.
No,
That's all-
Shazam is not, because he wasn't even introduced. But that's like, okay, in the Wonder Woman movie, you had her origin. Okay, you had her origin. This is supposed to be Aquaman's like origin, but
And then his first major adventure. Which, well, and the thing is that I understand you do the Ocean Master storyline where it's like battle between two brothers and everything else,
Mhm.
and I understand that that's where they're going. That's what they're going to go to, and to their credit, with the way that they've kind of retconned Aquaman's place not only within the Justice League but also the way that they have him set up within like the newer universes.
And
that shit happens quick. So
don't write it in that Lex Luthor was actually going to that fucking school that Arthur was going to.
Oh my God! Actually, you never know. Maybe the kid that was teasing him was a young Lex.
I was about to say, you think that's far fetched?
No.
You know what they better not do.
No.
I'm gonna steal a themism right now. All right, what they better not fucking do. All right, is that Papa Curry better not be telling Aquaman, no, don't use your powers. Hide. Don't try to save anybody. Don't try to help anybody. Just stay here, because if they find you, they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna experiment on you. Okay, they better not fucking do that. All right. Because if they do that bullshit, because here's the thing. All right, I understand why, to a point, why Superman is a surly wandering hobo. During fucking Man of Steel, is because guess what? His parents told him that to not help anybody out. All right, and if you do hide, go ahead and fucking keep yourself secret away from everybody else. All right, in huge stark contrast to other versions of the Kents. All right, in this regard, with Arthur Curry, in his background and his origin, all right, the single most influential person in his life is his dad.
Yep.
All right. Okay. And if they do the same bullshit that they did in Man of Steel with, oh, hi, don't do anything for anybody. Don't with him openly trying to say that shit with where in all accounts, you know, Aquaman's dad, his human dad, was kind of rough around the edges, but he helped people out. He got into bar fights and he drank. Okay, that was pretty much his thing. All right, but he helped people out. Okay, who needed a helping hand and shit like that. You know, as long as they stay away from that like I said, that Man of Steel bullshit, then, you know, I'm not going to complain about it too much. Okay, but yeah, there are certain parts that look really, really good. There are other parts where it's like CG is really kind of unfinished. Maybe it's a little too bright and everything else. But hey, I'm happy that they're actually going through with this. I just hope at the end of watching this, because yeah, I'm gonna see it. I'll go see it. All right, I'm a sucker for this bullshit. All right, okay. I'm just hoping that at the end of going ahead and seeing the movie, there's something redeeming that's gonna help establish, you know, these characters again as, hey, there's a reason why people know about these characters and they give a fuck about them. All right, and it's not all this grim dark bullshit with, like, you know, fucking CGI death, fucking Doomsday and you know, manic Lex Luthor who needs his fucking antidepressant and ADD meds, you know, for that shit.
You know what? I think fans have been asking for an Aquaman movie for a long time, to see Aquaman on the silver screen, and you know, I really hope this is successful, because it will bring more. You know, it'll bring more superheroes out on the forefront that they can make. That DC has a plethora. I can't even speak right now. A whole palette of characters.
What, like Green Lanterns?
I'm just saying, no. DC has a whole bunch of characters and superheroes and villains that they could pull from. You know, and it's very important that these movies are successful so they can get the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it the best too. We're with the track record and the likelihood of trailers as they go, though, as it has been over the last few years in current history. I'm gonna have a better impression with the second trailer to see what this is pointing to. All right. Okay, because the thing is that we kind of know, yes, he's gonna fucking win. He's gonna defeat his brother. He's gonna get the fucking trident. And he's gonna get the throne. It's just kind of, that's where it has to go.
Yeah.
All right. It's just as far as like the other little minutia of the movie and things like that. I just the one thing that I'm hoping that does not happen is that the second trailer comes out and it's like, oh, that's a lot of information. And the third trailer comes out and it's like, oh, now I don't even need to see the fucking movie because I have all the blanks have been filled in. You know,
Please don't spoil
hopefully that
like
doesn't happen. You
yeah,
know,
please don't spoil it like that, please.
Yeah. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. I think we got a lot more wordy on this than I expected us to. If you have seen the #1 trending so far at the time of recording this trailer for Aquaman from the site that was released out at San Diego Comic-Con, and if you've followed it all the way up until this point of the video, thank you very much, by the way. You know, we'd like to know what you thought of it. What do you think of our thoughts on this? Are we overthinking it? Are we talking like paid Marvel shills? You know, is there something that we're missing? We'd like to know. You can tell us by leaving us a comment below. All right. While you're at it, if you like the video, we'd appreciate the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you can hit thumbs down. I'm not going to blame you either way. Just please tell us why. And if you really want to see more videos coming out from any of us here, we do suggest you turn on those notifications and turn on those subscriptions and the notifications so that you will know whenever we go ahead and turn out new videos. All right. With that, all of our thoughts on the Aquaman teaser trailer ends right here. I'm the Reverend.
The theme here.
And I'm Grandma Swan.
All forms of entertainment has the right to exist, even if you don't like it. Credits.